Hi, I'm Tori and I'll take you through the practice today. For me, yoga is about moving the body and the breath. It's not about what you look like. Therefore, it's about how you feel when you leave the mat after your practice. If you have any issues or you're working with any injuries, just be aware of them throughout the practice. Come into wherever's comfortable for you. If you have any odd sensations around any muscles or any joints, then feel free to pull yourself out of the pose and then rejoin the class whenever is more comfortable for you. Today we're going to be getting in towards some twists. So other than being aware of your body, when we come into a twist we want to lengthen the spine, and then it's easier to twist the body as we come deeper in towards a twist. If we're coming down into a twist and we're rounded into the back, we can't come as far into the twist. So if we try and lengthen and twist, we're able to get deeper. We'll feel it more in towards our stomachs and our torso region. But otherwise, coming to wherever's comfortable for you in your body and in your practice today. So we'll start off sitting down onto a block if it's comfortable for you, or kneeling again, or comfortable cross-legged, whichever's available to you. If you've got a block or anything like an Amazon thing just to perch yourself onto, just a bit sturdy, gives yourself a little bit of support into poses. So we're just going to come into a comfortable seated position that's cross-legged or kneeling, hands towards the knees or the thighs, and just finding our breath. So just coming into closing down the eyes or keeping the gaze soft. And we're just going to take a moment to scan the body. If we've been running around all morning or the afternoon, and just kind of taking a moment to check in with ourselves. And that's both mentally, physically, and emotionally. So just noticing if we have any areas where the energy feels to be stronger or weaker, or if we've got any tension or we've pulled any kind of stress into any kind of feeling of joints or muscles, and just being aware of those spaces throughout the practice. We don't have to come into every practice as hard as the last one. So just coming into our breath and just feeling the chest rise and fall with the inhales and the exhales. And just starting to feel maybe the air's a little bit warmer on the inhale. Sorry, cooler on the inhale and warmer on the exhale. And by noticing these things, we just start to become a little bit more present with the body and a little bit present in towards our space. Perfect. We're going to take a lovely big inhale. We're going to open the mouth and we're going to sigh it out. We're going to do 3 more of these, just inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth, sighing it out. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. 2 more, inhaling deeply. Exhaling out. 1 more lovely big inhale. And exhale. 1 last lovely big inhale. And exhale. And now just coming back into your own breath, into your own rhythm. And just checking in, seeing if the body feels slightly differently, if the mind feels a little bit calmer, ready for practice. And just observing. And then slowly we're just going to start to come into opening up the eyes. And just giving our wrists just a little bit of a circle around as we come in towards our practice. We're going to take the left hand away from us. We're just going to circle our right fingers away from them, just putting them back in towards us. We're going to feel a stretch across the forearm down towards the ground. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, taking those fingers down towards the ground. We're wrapping around those knuckles. We feel the stretch up towards the sky. Releasing the hand, lovely big inhale, right fingers up towards us, pulling them back, feeling that stretch through the palm and through the forearm. Exhaling, fingers come down towards the ground. We feel that stretch. Perfect. Slowly releasing, giving the hands a little bit of shake, taking them down towards the knees and the thighs. We're going to slowly just reach them up towards the sky on the inhale, just giving ourselves a little bit of a shake from side to side. Maybe just leaning in and feeling that stretch wherever it is, wherever it's nice for you. We're going to take the right hand down towards the ground, left hand high. So we're breathing in, finding that openness in towards the chest. Exhaling, we're going to take that left hand and we're going to take it between the body and facing it out towards the back of the room. So we're kind of putting our space in between the shoulder blades, gazing down towards that right hand. Inhaling, opening up the chest, opening up the body towards the sky. Exhaling, taking that hand, facing it towards the back of the room. Inhaling one more time, opening up the chest. Feeling that openness in towards the front of the body. Exhaling, taking that hand back down towards the ground. Perfect. We're slowly inhaling, both hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, left hand down, right hand up. We're feeling that stretch. Exhaling, taking that hand, facing towards the back of the room, feeling the stretch and towards the back of the body. Inhaling, opening up, feeling that openness into the chest. Exhaling, taking that hand, facing the back of the room, feeling the openness between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, we're opening up the heart, feeling that space in the front of the body. Lovely deep exhale, taking that palm towards the back of the room, feeling that stretch. Inhaling as we slowly reach both hands up towards the sky. Lovely little side bend. Lovely little wiggle from side to side. This time we're going to take our right hand down. Left hand's reaching out towards the side. And then slowly we're going to sweep it down towards the right side of the mat. We're going to sweep it across towards the left side. And we're going to bring that right hand up towards the sky. So we're feeling a lovely deep stretch. Reaching it up and over towards the left side. So we're opening up the heart, then we're taking that hand back over towards the left, feeling that side stretch, then sweeping that hand towards the front of the room. So we feel that stretch across the back of the body. Left hand comes over, up towards the sky. We open it in towards the heart. We bend deeply. Perfect. So we're just making a little bit of a flow, feeling the stretch of the back of the body. Left hand reaches down towards the left side. Right hand sweeps up towards the sky. We inhale, feeling length into both arms. Exhaling, we slowly bend. Perfect. We reach towards the front, so we feel the stretch towards the back of the body. Left hand reaches high towards the sky. We open into the chest. Exhaling, hand comes down and we slowly sweep towards the other side. So one last time. Sweeping over, lifting that right hand up, this time both hands up towards the sky. Clasping the hands, reaching up, feeling our side ribs, and then slowly releasing the hands down towards the ground, towards our knees. We're just going to open it in towards the neck, just giving ourselves a little bit of a stretch from side to side, so gazing towards the right. Exhaling as we come over towards the left. Inhaling as we come over towards the right. Exhaling as we come over towards the left. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. This time we're taking the gaze up towards the sky, so we're feeling the stretch in towards the throat. Exhaling as we take the gaze back up towards the sky, we're coming over towards the left. One more, so inhaling, looking up over towards the right. Exhaling, gaze come down towards the ground, we're feeling that stretch in towards the back of the neck, over towards the left. Inhaling, gazing down, finding that stretch over towards the right. Last time, coming down towards the ground, and we're feeling that stretch over towards the left. Perfect. Slowly coming back in center. We're going to bring ourselves back down in towards our tabletop. So hands come down towards the ground. And we're just going to come in towards our tabletop. So into our cat-cows. We're going to take the front of the pelvis down towards the ground as we inhale. And we open up the heart. Exhaling, we tuck the tummy in towards the spine and we dome out through the back. Inhaling, dropping the belly, looking towards the front of the room. Exhaling, tucking the tummy in towards the spine as we dome out through the back. Inhaling, dropping the belly, looking forward. Exhaling, tucking the tummy in towards the spine as we dome out through the back. Inhaling, dropping the belly, looking forward. Exhaling, tucking the tummy in towards the spine as we dome out through the back. Perfect. And then slowly just coming back in towards our tabletop, giving ourselves a bit of a sway from side to side, just releasing out through the body. We're going to take our weight in towards our left hand and we're taking the right hand up towards the sky. So we're finding a lovely deep stretch through the side body, openness through the side. Exhaling, we're going to take that right hand, palm faces upwards, cheek comes down towards the mat. So we have options. Option to place the left hand down and push through so we find stretch in the shoulder blades. If you want to go deeper, we take the left hand up towards the sky and we take that hand over towards the right. So we find a lovely deep twist in towards the body. Taking a lovely big inhale in towards the heart. Exhaling, we release, taking that hand up towards the sky, down in front of the face. We push down and we lift ourselves up. Giving ourselves a little bit of a sway from side to side, releasing through the body. We ground down to the right hand, left hand reaches up towards the sky. We're opening up into that chest. Exhaling, we sweep that hand underneath, palm faces upwards as we take the cheek down towards the mat. Again, if we want to, pushing through that right hand, finding that twist, or taking the right hand up towards the sky and taking it over towards the back hip. Taking a hold of that inner thigh, or maybe just placing it on top of the pelvis, whatever's available to you. Taking a lovely big inhale, taking the hand up high, and slowly releasing it down towards the ground as we ground down and lifting ourselves up. Finding that little bit of a sway in towards the body. And then slowly we're going to push down through the heels. We're going to tuck those toes under and just coming into almost like a child's pose. So we're feeling a toe stretch. We're pushing through the hands towards the back of the body. Feeling a toe stretch. If you want to, just lifting those knees up just slightly. Exhaling, releasing, and just giving those toes a little bit of a pat down towards the mat. This time we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to push to the heels and we're into our downward facing dog. So just walking the dog in any way that you want to, maybe swaying the feet left and right. Nodding the head yes or no, and just starting to feel that stretch into the side body, into the hips, into the back of the legs. We're going to slowly inhale onto our tiptoes, coming back down onto the ground. and into kneeling at the back of the mat. So today we're going to come into a couple of moon salutes, a different kind of practice to our usual sun salutes that we've been working with. We're going to inhale the hands into prayer. We're going to exhale here. We inhale the hands up towards the sky, reaching through the fingertips. Exhaling as we fold forward, we're into our child's pose. So hands come down. If you want to, taking the knees slightly further apart so our forehead comes down. Elbows come down as we ripple towards the front of the mat and we find our cobra. So we release the toes and we roll the shoulders back and we inhale, lifting ourselves up. Exhaling to fold. We tuck the toes under. We lift ourselves up and we're in towards our downward facing dog. Option to have your tabletop here if you'd like to. Otherwise, on your next inhale, we're taking the left foot towards the front of the mat. Right knee comes down. We inhale the hands in towards our low lunge. So we're reaching up towards the sky, finding that openness into the heart. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground as we step up towards the front of the mat. We're going to find our forward fold, releasing deeply. We inhale up halfway, so we lengthen through the spine. Exhaling to fold. Ground down to the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. Releasing the hands into Tadasana, into our mountain pose. Inhaling, arms come wide, reaching high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line as we're into our forward fold. We inhale up halfway, lengthening through the back. Shoulders to the back of the body. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. We step the left foot towards the back of the mat. Left knee comes down. We inhale the hands up and we're into that low lunge. So we're finding the openness into the body. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground and we step back into our downward facing dog or our tabletop. So whichever's more comfortable for you. If we're in our downward dog, our feet are hip width apart and we're gazing towards the knees. We're bending the knees as much as we want to, but we want to have the length into the spine. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. Inhaling onto our tiptoes. Exhaling as we come down in towards our child's pose. Forehead comes down towards the ground. We inhale the hands up towards the sky, finding that length. Exhaling, hands come down through the center line in towards our prayer. Inhaling, hands come up towards the sky, reaching through the fingertips. Exhaling as we fold in towards that child's pose, so forehead comes down towards the ground. Elbows come down as we ripple towards the front of the mat. We're into our cobra, so we release ourselves. We inhale up, exhaling down. We tuck the toes under, we push the heels, we're into our downward dog. Again, feet are hip width distance to the back of the mat, or we're in our tabletop. We inhale the right foot towards the front of the mat, and we find our low lunge, so left knee down, hands come high towards the sky. Find that length. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground, we step up towards the front of the mat. We find that forward fold. Inhaling up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling to fold. Ground down to the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line, and we're back into that Tadasana. So we're going to do 2 more rounds. We inhale, arms come wide, reaching up. Exhaling, folding down towards the ground into that forward fold. Inhaling up halfway. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. The right foot steps to the back of the mat, right knee comes down. We inhale the hands up, so we're into that low lunge, reaching through the fingertips. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground and we step back into our downward facing dog or tabletop, so whichever's available to you. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Lovely deep exhale. One more lovely big inhale. And exhale. Inhaling onto our tiptoes. Exhaling, coming down into our child's pose. So knees come down, forehead comes down. Hands are reaching out towards the front of the mat. We inhale the hands up towards the sky into kneeling. Exhaling, hands come down in front of the heart into prayer. We inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, folding forward, we're in towards that child's pose. Forehead comes down. Elbows come down as we ripple towards the front of the mat and we inhale into our cobra. Exhaling, we tuck the toes under, we lift the hips up, we're into our downward facing dog. We find that space in towards the back of the neck, giving ourselves a little bit of a nod or a shake. On the next inhale, we step the left foot towards the front of the mat, right knee comes down. So we use the breath, we sweep the hands up towards the sky, opening the body. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground as we step up towards the front of the mat. We're into our forward fold. We inhale up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling to fold. We ground down through the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. Inhaling, reaching out, opening up the heart, gazing high. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. We inhale up halfway, lengthening through. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. We take that left foot towards the back of the mat, left knee comes down. We inhale the hands up towards the sky into that low lunge. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground as we step back in towards our downward facing dog. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Lovely deep exhale. Taking one more lovely big inhale. And exhale. We inhale onto our tiptoes. Exhaling, coming down in towards our child's pose. Forehead comes down towards the ground. We're reaching to the front of the mat. We inhale the hands up towards the sky, finding length. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground, in towards prayer in front of the heart. Getting lost in my breath. We inhale, last round. Hands come up towards the sky. Exhaling as we fold in towards our child's pose. Forehead comes down. Elbows come down as we ripple towards the front of the mat. We come onto our tummy. Releasing the toes, inhaling the heart into our cobra. Exhaling, we tuck the toes under. We lift ourselves up and we're into that downward dog. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Deep exhale. We inhale the right foot towards the front of the mat, left knee comes down. We inhale the hands up towards the sky, we open the heart. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground as we step up towards the front of the mat. Slowly we exhale to fold. We inhale up halfway. Exhaling to fold. We ground down to the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky. Gazing to the thumbs, exhaling, hands down through the center line. We inhale, arms come wide, breathing into the heart. Exhaling as we fold, arms come wide as we're into a lovely deep forward fold. Inhaling up halfway. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. That right foot steps to the back of the mat and the right knee comes down. We inhale the hands up towards the sky, opening the heart. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground and we're stepping back into that downward facing dog. Finding that length into the back of the legs if we can, but remembering we can bend the knees as much as we need to. We want to have the lengthen towards the spine. Taking a lovely big inhale onto our tiptoes. Exhaling as we slowly come down in towards our child's pose. We inhale the hands up towards the sky, we're in towards our kneeling. Slowly we bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart and we release. So just giving ourselves a moment, just feeling the energy around the heart, feeling what we feel like in towards the hips. And then slowly we're going to come into a twist. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, right hand reaches towards the back of the room, left hand forward. We inhale the hands into prayer in front of the heart. And we exhale here. Inhaling, hands up towards the sky. Exhaling, right hand forward, left hand towards the back of the room. Inhaling, hands into prayer in front of the heart. Exhaling here. Inhaling, hands come up towards the sky. Exhaling, right hand towards the back of the room, left hand towards the front. Inhaling, hands into prayer in front of the heart. Exhaling here. Last time, inhaling, hands come up towards the sky. Exhaling, right hand forward, left hand back, we're into that twist. Inhaling, hands into prayer in front of the heart. Exhaling here. Slowly we're going to come in towards our tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes under, pushing to the heels, we're into our downward facing dog. So we're going to slowly walk the feet a little bit further forward, so maybe that's 1, maybe that's 2 feet. We're going to take the feet wide off the mat, so we're in like a shortened downward dog. Again, if we need to, bending into the knees as much as we need to. We're going to play with our balance, so if you want to, just taking the right hand up off the mat, just to feel a little bit of balance. And if you want to go deeper, taking that right hand over towards the left leg, so just really holding on towards the ankle, the shin or the thigh, whatever's available to you. And if you want to go deeper, pulling yourself through and gazing underneath that armpit. So we're feeling a stretch. We're also opening in towards the back of the body, taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. Inhaling to release, our right hand comes back down towards the mat. Maybe bending into the knees, shaking the head and just giving ourselves a little bit of a rest. We're going to power up back in towards that pose, lengthening through the arms and the legs. Again, left hand's going to reach off the ground. Maybe this is as far as you go. Maybe you want to go deeper, left hand towards the right leg. And that's totally fine if this is where you're staying. If you want to go deeper, putting yourself and gazing underneath that right armpit. Slowly, we're going to take a lovely big inhale, unraveling the body, releasing ourselves. We're going to walk the feet next to each other and then slowly we're going to bring them up towards the front of the mat. So we're going to find our forward fold, releasing deeply in towards the body, in towards the forward fold. So if you have your block, taking it and just taking it underneath the forehead. So we want to inhale and we want to lengthen and make sure it's underneath the shoulders. So we're coming into a deep forward fold. We're going to inhale, lengthening up through the spine. So we've got that straight spine, shoulders working towards the back of the body. We're going to ground down to the left hand, right hand reaches up towards the sky, so we're in towards that twist. Taking a lovely big inhale, finding that openness. Exhaling, we take that right hand down towards the ground and we're into that forward fold. Bend the knees as much as we need to. When we inhale, we lengthen into the spine, into the legs. We take the right hand down towards the ground, left hand up towards the sky. It might be easier to blend into the legs. As you take the hand up, we lengthen into the leg, which is the hand that we're lifting. So for example, the right hand is down and we're bent into that right leg. It might help you just open into the body, open into the twist a little bit easier. So it's an option there for you. So taking a lovely big inhale, opening up. Exhaling, slowly taking that hand down towards the ground, we're into that forward fold. Removing the block to one side, we're going to inhale up halfway, hands to shins. Exhaling to fold. Ground down to the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line, and we're going to find that Tadasana. Remembering our Tadasana is feet hip width apart, tucking the tailbone under, sorry my mic, tucking our tailbone under and hands come parallel towards the side. So we have palms face forward. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to take a big step out with the left foot towards the back of the mat. We're going to find our warrior two. So we're gazing down that right middle finger. We're feeling an openness into the hips. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle or parallel towards the back of the mat. We want to be bent in towards our right leg. And that right knee needs to be working towards the little toe. Making sure we're not too far forward. And we're gazing down that right middle finger. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale and exhale. Taking one final lovely big inhale. Exhaling, going to bend in towards that right elbow. Left hand's going to reach up towards the front of the room. We're finding a lovely deep stretch through the fingertips all the way down towards the heel at the back of the mat. So we're finding a lovely deep stretch. Taking a lovely big inhale, filling the body. Lovely deep exhale. One more lovely big inhale, finding length. And exhale. We're going to slowly inhale, lifting ourselves back in towards our warrior two. We're going to lengthen through the front leg. We're going to reach towards the front of the room. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches high. So we're in towards our Trikonasana option if you want to, taking that block or to your hardback book. Placing the weight in towards that right hand. We're gazing up towards that left middle finger or thumb. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. Slowly we're going to ground down to that front foot. We're going to lift ourselves up, coming back into standing. We're going to bend in towards that front leg. We're going to cartwheel the hands down towards the ground and we're going to step back in towards our high plank. We're going to lower the knees down towards the ground. We're going to lengthen in towards the spine and we're going to slowly lower down through our elbows down all the way to the mat. Releasing the toes, we're going to inhale in towards our cobra. Exhaling to fold. Tucking the toes under, we slowly lift ourselves up. And we're going to find ourselves in towards that downward facing dog. Finding that openness in towards the back of the leg, in towards the knees and hips. On the next inhale, we're going to step the right foot the left foot towards the front of the mat. And we're going to find ourselves in towards our warrior two on the other side. So we're bending deeply in towards our left leg. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle or parallel to the front of the mat. Hands come parallel towards the ground and we're gazing towards our left middle finger. We've got an openness into the shoulders. Knowing that you can come into whichever variation of the pose you can come into. So maybe that might be a shorter stance for you, or today it might be releasing the arms. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling, left elbow to our left knee, right hand reaches up and over. So we're finding that lovely deep stretch through the fingertips all the way down towards the heel at the back of the mat. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Lovely deep exhale. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we ground down to the foot, we lift ourselves up, we're back into that warrior two. We're going to lengthen in towards that front leg. We reach towards the front of the room, left hand comes down, right hand comes up, we're in towards that triangle pose. If you want to, taking that block or hard back book and gazing towards that right middle finger. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One last lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we take the gaze down towards the ground, we bend into that left leg and we lift ourselves in towards that warrior two. Again, we're going to cartwheel the hands down towards the ground and we step back in towards that high plank. We take the knees down towards the ground, we release the toes and we lower all the way down to the ground. We roll the shoulders back as we inhale in towards our cobra. Exhaling as we lower ourselves down towards the ground. We tuck the toes and we slowly lift ourselves back in towards our downward facing dog. Perfect. We're finding that lengthen towards the back of the body, in towards the legs. Bending the knees as much as we need to. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're going to slowly walk the hands back towards the feet at the back of the mat. And we're going to take either finger around our big toes. So we're going to inhale to find length through the spine. Exhaling, we take the elbows out wide from the body and we slowly gaze towards the back of the room. Wherever you are, we're keeping the tummy towards the thighs. So it might be that we're coming down quite low and we need to release into the neck. It might be that we come up quite high. So wherever you are, it's just working with your body, taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale and exhale. Slowly you're going to release the hands, taking the hands towards the hips. We're going to inhale, lengthening through the spine so we're halfway lift. We're going to ground down through the big toes as we exhale. We're going to inhale as we lift ourselves all the way up. We release the shoulders and we're into our Tadasana, palms face forward. Perfect. So we're going to come into some standing twists. We're going to slowly take the left foot towards the front of the mat. If you have a block or your hard back book, it's good to grab it and just place it in front of that foot or on the inside. So whichever's more comfortable for you. We're going to use that block in a minute. So the first pose we're coming into, we're going to have the feet train tracked, reaching towards the front of the room and holding either elbow. So the aim of the pose is to lengthen into the spine, but also open into the collarbones. We're going to take a lovely big inhale, finding length. Exhaling as we fold forward. We want to fold with a straight spine. So we're pulling that hip back towards us and we're feeling a stretch in towards the back of the legs on the left hand side. So into our left hamstring. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale here. And exhale. We're going to slowly ground down through that left big toe. We're going to lift ourselves all the way up into standing. Releasing the hands and just giving ourselves a little bit of a moment just to find the breath, find our balance. We're going to take our left hand towards the back of the body, right hand reaches high towards the sky. We're going to slowly reach that right hand towards the front of the room, so we're keeping the length in the spine. Exhaling, we take that right hand down towards the block or towards the shin, so whichever's available to you. We're going to take a lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling as we twist and we open ourselves towards the left side of the room. If we're comfortable here, we take that left hand up towards the sky. But wherever you are, we're just playing with the twist into the spine, taking one more lovely big inhale. And exhale. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Exhaling, we slowly take the gaze back down towards the ground. We take the hands towards the hips. We ground down to that left big toe as we lift ourselves all the way up into standing. Taking a moment, we step in towards the front of the mat. We find our Tadasana. Just giving ourselves a moment to ground down through the feet. We take that right foot towards the front of the mat and just using our block, placing it to wherever's comfortable for you on the inside of the foot or out towards the front. So remembering that we're train tracking the feet, we're either holding either elbow at the back of the body. We're going to take a lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling as we fold forward. So the moment we start to round into the back to get deeper, we want to pull ourselves up and fold with that straight spine. We find that stretching towards the hamstring a lot better when we come in towards the pose this way. Taking a lovely big inhale here. A lovely deep exhale. One more lovely big inhale. And exhale. Inhaling as we ground down to that right big toe, we lift ourselves up. We pull ourselves all the way into standing, just giving ourselves a moment to catch the breath. We're going to slowly take the right hand towards the back of the body, left hand reaches high towards the sky. Exhaling as we reach towards the front of the room, left hand comes down towards the brick or towards the shin. So wherever's more comfortable for you. We inhale to find length into the spine. Exhaling as we twist and we open ourselves towards the side of the room. If it's comfortable for you, we take that right hand up towards the sky, or just keeping it on towards the back of the body. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we slowly release ourselves back down. Hands towards the hips. We ground down to the feet as we lift ourselves all the way up into standing. We step up towards the front of the mat, grounding down to the feet, palms face forward. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're going to come into our chair pose. So we're going to bend the knees and we're going to slowly sweep our hands up. So we're reaching through the fingertips. We're gazing between the hands. Option to come lower if you want to, or if you want to, coming higher, hands coming up towards the sky. So wherever's comfortable for you, we want to have a neutral pelvis. And we're pulling ourselves in towards, putting our pelvis in towards us, our tummy in towards us. So we're zipping up a pair of jeans kind of feeling, taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we're going to bend into the knees a bit deeper. We're engaging the glutes and hands come into prayer. We're going to take a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we're taking the right elbow to the outside of our knee and hands are still in prayer. If it's not available to you, we're just coming into a twist, coming towards this side. Doesn't matter where you are, we're pushing in towards the hands and we take the gaze up above the shoulder. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we slowly release ourselves. Hands come down towards the ground. Maybe giving ourselves just a little bit of a shake from side to side within the legs, within the head. And just feeling that release through the spine and through the legs. Wherever you are, we ground down to the feet. Arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line, and we're in towards that Tadasana once more. So palms face forward. We're going to come in towards that chair pose once more. So if you want to, when you come into your chair pose, feet can be hip width apart. If they're hip width apart, we want to keep the knees away from each other. So it might be worth grabbing that book and just having that motion, because we want to engage the glutes and have that action of really pulling our knees together. Otherwise, feel free to take your big toes together and your heels just further apart. We're going to bend into the knees, taking the hands up towards the sky. So we're finding that chair pose. We're gazing through the fingers. Lovely big inhale here. Exhaling, hands into prayer in front of the heart. We inhale to find length in the spine. Exhaling, left elbow to the outside of our right knee. So again, it might be that we're coming here, but we're working with a twist. We will slowly get there and get that left elbow to the outside of the knee. Hands into prayer as we twist, and we take the gaze over that right shoulder. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One last lovely big inhale. Exhale as we slowly come back in towards that forward fold, and we release the head. We give the legs, we give the feet a little bit of a shake from side to side, finding that release. And then slowly we're going to ground down through the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line, and we find ourselves back in towards our Tadasana. Feet hip width apart, palms facing forward. Taking a lovely big inhale. Open the mouth and just sighing it out. Taking another lovely big inhale. Open your mouth and sighing it out. We're going to come in towards our balance. We're going to play with our balance a little bit today. So we're going to put our weight into our right foot. We're going to bring our left foot in towards us. So we're going to keep that foot active, knees parallel towards the ground. We're going to take the hands towards the hips. So we're just finding our balance here. We're going to take our left hand towards the back of the body, right hand towards the knee. So we're keeping our balance here. If you want to and you want to open into a twist, maybe taking that left hand towards the back of the room, really playing with your balance. Keeping the gaze on a non-moving point. Otherwise, if you want to, taking it towards the back hand. Taking one more lovely big inhale here. Exhaling, we're going to release, bringing ourselves hands towards the hips. We release the leg and we give it a bit of a shake. So working in towards the other side, taking the weight in towards the left foot. Right knee comes parallel towards the ground. We're active in that right foot. Once we're comfortable with the balance, we take the right hand towards the back of the body. Left hand comes towards the outside of the knee. So we're in towards that balance. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Exhaling if you want to, going deeper, taking that right hand towards the back of the room. Again, if you want to, taking the gaze towards the back hand. She says as she wobbles, otherwise just keeping the gaze on a non-moving point. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Exhaling, slowly bring the hands towards the hips, and we slowly release the feet down towards the ground. Just giving them a little bit of a sway from side to side, releasing through the body. And then slowly we're going to sway down towards the ground into our Malasana, our deep squat. So we did this earlier. And if you want to, just grabbing your block and just having it near you. So whatever your deep squat looks like, it's totally fine. It might be that hands come down towards the ground and we bend in towards the knees, and this is as far as we go. It might be that you want to come all the way down and just placing your bottom onto the block and having the feet out towards the side. So we're still working with opening up the body, opening up into the hips. It might be that you have your feet down towards the ground and we've got this openness in towards the hips, but whichever variation you're into. We're going to take the right hand down towards the ground, left hand's going to reach up towards the sky, so we're opening the heart. Taking a lovely big inhale, lifting up. Exhaling as we slowly bring ourselves back into center and releasing ourselves down. So we're going to take the left hand down towards the ground. Right hand reaches up towards the sky, we're opening into the heart. Lovely big inhale. Exhaling, slowly releasing the hand down towards the ground. Releasing the block if you have one. And wherever you are, just all gently bringing ourselves down in towards comfortable seated position. So feet out towards the front of the mat, toes up towards the sky. Taking our meat away from our sitting bones, we inhale the hands up high. Exhaling as we tuck the tummy in towards the spine and we fold forward. Hands come to the shin, the ankles or the feet. So wherever you are, if you want to, bending into the knees and just slowly walking the feet away from us. Whenever the tummy comes away from the thighs, we hold here. And then we get deeper in towards our forward fold. We want to have a neutral spine rather than coming down like this and hurting the neck. We're gazing towards the toes. If we're holding onto the feet, the elbows come wide. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. Slowly we're going to inhale, we're going to walk the hands back in towards us. Releasing the legs down towards the ground. So we're going to bring the right leg in towards us. Right leg comes over the left leg and we're going to come into a deep twist. We're going to take the right hand down behind us. The left hand reaches up towards the sky, we're finding length. Exhaling, we're taking that elbow to the outside of that right knee. If you want to, or it's easier, maybe holding onto that knee, giving yourself a hug and using it for the twist. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling to twist. Taking another lovely big inhale. Exhaling to twist. Slowly we're going to inhale, we're going to come back into center. We're going to play with our balance, so we're going to bring our foot up and bring it parallel towards the ground. Option to hold onto the foot. If you have your yoga strap with you, feel free to use it around the foot. If you want to have if it's easier for you to have the knee out towards that side, that's totally fine. We're just playing with the balance. If you want to go deeper into the balance, we take our left hand to the outside of the right foot. And if you want to, and it's available to you, you lengthen in towards that leg. Otherwise, we're bent into the knee and the leg is parallel. We take the right hand towards the back of the room and we're working with that twist. Again, if that's too much for you, taking that right hand down towards the ground to help it with the balance. So whichever variation you're working with this evening, taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we're going to slowly come round towards the front of the mat. We're going to release the leg. Taking the knee out towards the side, so we're in towards our Janu Shirshasana. Right leg out towards the side. If it's lifted off the ground, placing a block underneath it for help. Or if it's available to you, taking the foot towards the calf. All we're doing is opening into the hips. Taking a lovely big inhale, finding length. Exhaling as we twist and we fold forward. Hands come to the shin, the ankle or the foot. We inhale to find length. Exhaling to fold. Taking a lovely big inhale. Exhaling to fold. One last lovely big inhale. And exhale. Slowly we're going to walk the hands back in towards us. We're going to bring that right leg in, taking it out to the front of the mat, giving it a bit of a shake. So we're coming into that forward fold once more. We're going to inhale, arms come up towards the sky. Exhaling as we tuck the tummy in towards the spine and we fold forward. Again, if you want to, bending into those knees and just walking the feet further away from you. Finding that length in towards the spine, we gaze towards the big toes, taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. Taking another lovely big inhale. And exhale. One last lovely big inhale here. And exhale. Slowly we're going to inhale, walking our hands back in towards us. We're going to bring our left foot in towards us, taking that left foot over our right leg. We're going to take our left hand out behind us. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. So we're finding that length. Exhaling, we take that elbow to the outside of the knee. Any issues here, we take the hand or the elbow around the knee so we find length. Exhaling as we twist and we gaze over that left shoulder. Taking a lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling to twist. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling to twist. Inhaling as we slowly come round back into center. Playing with our balance, so we're going to bring that leg and it's parallel towards the ground. Option to hold onto the foot if you want to. Again, doesn't matter if the knee splays out towards the sides. If you've got a strap and you want to use the strap, feel free to do so. Otherwise, taking the right hand towards the outside of the left foot, left hand reaches towards the back of the room. Option to take the left hand down towards the ground for support. And if you want to, lengthening in towards that right leg. Perfect, so coming to wherever's comfortable for you in your practice. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale here. And exhale. Slowly we're going to come round towards the front of the mat. Releasing the leg down and we're taking that knee out towards the side of the room. So taking that left leg out towards the side. If the knee's up, feel free to grab a block and just place it underneath the leg. We're going to take the hands up towards the sky so we find length. Exhaling as we twist and we fold forward. Hands towards the knee, the shin or the foot. We take a lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling to fold. Another lovely big inhale. And exhale. One last lovely big inhale here. And exhale. Slowly we're going to walk the hands back in towards us. We're going to bring that knee in towards the body and slowly lengthening it out towards the front of the room. So we're going to come in towards our inversion. So we're coming onto our backs. We have the options that we went through in the last couple of weeks. Obviously just taking the legs up towards the sky with a flat back. So we're just having a little bit of release. If you've got a strap, using it around the feet to keep your feet up. Otherwise, shifting yourself a little closer towards the wall and just gently taking your feet up towards the wall. Try not to squash your plant in the process. But wherever you are, just finding that release in towards the back of the body. Hands come out towards the sides, palms face upwards. So we find that little release. It helps with the shoulders being parallel towards the ground, and it gives an openness in towards the heart. So just holding here for a couple of moments, finding that release through the body, through the back. Letting all that goodness just drain down back in towards the body. Slowly, wherever you are, just releasing yourself. Feet come down towards the ground. Then we're going to slowly just walk ourselves, if we've moved ourselves towards the wall, just gently keeping the movement soft. We're coming into our Savasana, so just taking the legs out wide of the mat. We take our hands out wide and we just give ourselves a little moment to find ourselves grounding into the mat. So we're coming into our final resting pose. If you want to, just grabbing a blanket and just gently placing it over you, giving yourself just a nice little space to relax into. Maybe closing down the eyes or to keeping them soft. So if you want to stay in your Savasana, feel free to. Otherwise, we're just going to start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Taking the arms over the head for a full body stretch. And then gently just bringing the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a lovely big hug. We're going to slowly just bring ourselves onto our side, left or right, whichever's available to you. We ground down to the top hand and we slowly bring ourselves into a comfortable seated position at the top of the mat. So whether that's cross-legged, kneeling, or the legs out in front, we just keep the eyes closed. Just taking a moment to ground the body. Then slowly bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. May the divine in me honour the divine in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for the practice today. I hope you enjoyed that. Any comments, just drop them into the comment box and I'll come back to you. Thank you very much.